What's going on YouTube? Uberman here. It is June 28th, 2015. It's about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evening, and I just woke up. Okay, so baby mama started driving for Uber this weekend, and I took, okay, normally I drive in Oklahoma City, but since she's not familiar with this area, I thought it'd be a little much for her. I took her down to Norman, and she did pretty well in Norman. After her first night driving in Norman, she liked it. Um, I took her to Oklahoma City. I took her to Norman on Thursday. Should have been a pretty slow night, just to get her, used to how Uber works and, used to the system. Friday, I made the mistake of bringing her to Oklahoma City, thinking that she was ready for it, and she had an accident with a passenger in the car in my Kia Optima. Not a bad accident. Nothing. Wasn't a deal where another car was involved or anything. But she did not know where she was going. The passenger gave her the wrong address, and the passenger basically had her driving in circles. And then, like, he just yelled out of nowhere, "Turn left, turn left!" And she turned left, and there was no way to turn left because there was a median in the road. So she jumped the median and busted the left front tire, and the steering wheel was sitting good 90 degrees to the right, or to the left. I'm sorry, it was sitting about 90 degrees to the left, but the car was pulling to the right. Needless to say, she did get the passenger home. She crippled the car back to a location that I told her to camp at, and we'll run back into each other at that spot. Once she got a hold of me, I logged out of the system. I went and met her, made sure that she was okay, and then started focusing on the vehicle. And the driver's side tire was busted, and the suspension was all out of whack. And I managed to use the air compressor in the trunk, got some air back in the tire. I crippled it home. About halfway home, I had to stop again and put more air in it. So I put a tire on it, sent it over to Firestone. Firestone threw another alignment on it. I have lifetime alignments and lifetime rotating balances, so it doesn't cost me anything. And luckily, they didn't find any suspension damage. The passenger never reported anything, and she's not going to be doing Oklahoma City for a while, unless it's in the daytime. For some reason, nighttime driving kind of freaks her out. She does have some anxiety issues. So we went back to Norman last night, and I didn't do as well this weekend as I normally do when I drive Oklahoma City. I mean, I'm not going to lie about it, but I didn't want to send her out there alone. She's nervous, and you know what it's like your first time out driving. You just don't know what to expect. It's going to take a couple weeks before she really has the hang of this. So I'll take a cut in pay so that I can be down there and help her with issues, because she did have an issue yesterday actually, and other people on the forum, the Uberman Driver Network forum, have been having the issue too. An error 403 or 404 forbidden when you accept a ping. It just don't know why. Also trying to generate payment statements. We're sorry we couldn't generate your statement at this time. Her issue yesterday was she lost audio for GPS navigation in the app, and for the pings. When the pings would come through, she couldn't hear it. And she's got my old Samsung Galaxy S4. She tried shutting it off and turning it back, shutting the phone down and restarting it, and it didn't work. But she got really busy, so I couldn't help her because she didn't have time to stop and let me fix it. But I showed her when she got back and finally had a minute. I took the battery out of the phone and put it back in. I told her, if you really want to reset it, pull the battery. Put the battery back in. It worked great the rest of the night. She had no problem. She did pretty well. She really did. She caught some surge. So go baby mama. Caught some surge. She's thrilled about it. She made a little bit of money. Not a lot, but it's her first weekend driving. She's brand new to this, and I think overall she did well. I explained to her about the drunk passengers. I probably should have sat her down, made her watch all of these videos before she started driving. I can't possibly sit and think of every scenario that's going to pop up and give her the solution to it. But maybe when a drunk passenger is yelling turn left right now, you don't necessarily listen to them. Turn left at the next street, not in the middle of a median. I know I'm not trying to be I'm just playing. She knows I'm playing. I was upset. I'm just glad she's okay. I'm glad the passenger was okay, and thankfully the car was okay. Um, it happens, guys. It does. You can freak out when passengers are screaming at you. I understand. I've been there. I've had passengers yelling at me, and used to I'd be tripping. I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. But now I'm just like, man, shut the hell up. I mean, I don't mean to be. I'm trying to be offensive to the passengers, but in my head, I'm just thinking, I don't even listen to them. You keep screaming at me, turn left or turn right. I'm not turning until there's somewhere to turn. Okay, I'm not just going to drive us over a hill or off of a cliff or something. No, thank you. So I explained to her, I was like, you got to understand these passengers are highly intoxicated by the time we pick them up. They don't even know where they're going. Okay, just do the best you can, but it's our job as drivers to assess the situation before we act. If someone is screaming at you to flip a U-turn and it's a no U-turn zone or there's no possible way to make a U-turn, you don't make a U-turn. We have to use our judgment because we're the ones driving. We're the responsible party. We're sober, I hope, right? Nobody's out there drinking or doing drugs while doing for Uber, right? Don't tell me if you are, because I'll report your ass. I'm just kidding. Not a snitch. But please don't. I mean, really, I don't take my pills when I go drive. Seriously, I don't. No, I'm not going to risk it. But anyway, that's all this video is about, guys. I know I drug it out a little bit. I always do. Some people hate it. Some people like it. But anyway, guys, I will tell you I've got a perfect 5-star rating for the weekend. I'll throw my numbers up here in, now. Yeah, so I didn't make a lot of money. That's okay. Baby mama didn't make a lot of money either, but that's okay. She made a little bit, and she got to go out and learn what it's like to do what I do. And I'll tell you the best part of it for me, honestly, besides the fact that she's out here doing something that she's capable of doing. She's back to work. The best part of it for me was when she looked at me the other day. We had to go to pull apart and get some parts for her fiance's car. She looked at me and she said, "This job is hard." She's like, this is really hard and it's really stressful. And you don't know how many times when her and I were together, and I would have to drive 2 hours to work in Indianapolis to Uber. 2 hours to work, 2 hours back every weekend, Friday and Saturday. I would drive 2 hours there each day and 2 hours home on top of working my shift that night. And it was still lucrative. I paid all of our bills doing it that way. When she looked at me and said that, I wanted to be like, I tried telling you. All she ever did, oh, you don't do anything. You do sit in a car and drive people around. Yeah, that's what it is. She's gotten a little taste, because there's a lot more she's going to experience, a lot of new things she's going to encounter. I was like, yeah, it's stressful. This isn't yeah, we do sit in our cars and drive people around. This is definitely not the easiest job in the world. Anyway, guys, man, I love all of you, and thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, stay safe out there, and Uber on.